Hello everyone and welcome to my presentation number 3. I chose to do my presentation on General Motors and my time working there. My first position that I held at General Motors was a validation technician. Um, in this position I used to validate modules, and I used to reprogram them and implement new part numbers before they go out to the dealerships. Uh, for us to do that, we used to use the MDI tool, and then the MDI 2 came out, which was wireless, which helped us out a lot in the work environment. Made it really fast to program vehicles and really efficient and easy to use. Uh, we programmed all the modules that can be programmable. We also did setups like engine learns and transmission learns. Um, Whenever there's a new part number that came out, we have to test it before it goes out to dealerships. We also have to document failures. If we have a failure, um, if a program failed, we can't let it go out to a dealership unless we've got a lot of recalls, and it will cause a big problem. My next position at General Motors was in the same department, but I got promoted to be the subject matter expert for the service programming system. Um, this position, I used to create test plans for the technicians that used to test the vehicles. I made sure all the test plans were good and they follow the procedures in the service programming system. And I used to also validate VINs. We used to get random VINs. Um, I made sure these VINs passed programming as well. This was off-car testing. I also used to train new hires. Whenever we get new hires, I used to train them and make sure they do their job correctly, because we can't afford to mess up in this position. I used to also help technicians with programming. Whenever we had issues, I used to be the one who they came to, which is can get really annoying. Whenever we get new hires, they ask a lot of questions, but which is fine though, you know. And I also at the end of our testing, we combine the test results together so that we can send them to the SPS team, which is the AKA Service Programming System team, so that they can validate it, put it in a bundle in a big zip file, and they send it out to the dealerships for the technicians to implement it into our customers. My third position at General Motors was the Service Information Development Author. In this position, I used to create graphics using Teamcenter, which is CAD 3D system. It's a 3D system that General Motors have. They have all their vehicles on there. I make procedures for the service manuals, to be more specific. I used to create procedures, and I used to be responsible for the mirrors, exterior mirrors, interior mirrors, and the outside trim and emblems. And after I finish the procedure, I release them to the dealerships so that the technicians at dealerships can uh, figure out how the new model cars, if we have a problem with the mirrors, for example, they can figure out how to take it apart and put it back together. Also, in this position, I used to get a lot of issues from the dealerships, like for example, if if a procedure is not right, how it comes out, if it gets separated, we have to go back and fix it, because it can be a really big issue and could break some parts. Another issues we used to have was if we have to have the right torque values. If we don't have the torque values, it could cause a big problem in the field, and it could cause recalls and you know. So my last position, and I just got hired last week as a direct employee. I was contracted with the other positions, but now I'm a direct employee at General Motors. This one is a tough position. Um, this one is similar to the other positions, but it's on the other side. I'm not the one who's validating the test results for the service programming engineer. I'm the guy who's gonna author the part numbers. I have to deal with brand quality managers. I have to deal with DRE, design release engineers. I have to get the part numbers. Um, it can be really tough, but you know I'm up for the challenge. Um, so part of this position is, like I said, I deal with design release engineers, DREs. I have to get the right software numbers if we have a new software that's going to come out, like the Apple CarPlay and the Android Auto, for example. I have to make sure I have the right part number, because if I author and I send out the wrong part number to the dealership, and it's programmed into the module will break, and it can cost General Motors a lot of money, and that's not good news for me. So I have to make sure myself. We have a garage. That's where I used to work at, but now I'm the other side. Like I said, we have a garage that we have test fleet where I can go implement those part numbers into the vehicles, into the modules, and make sure they work correctly. You know, in this case, if I break the test fleet, one of the car's modules, for example, it won't be a big deal. It's better to test it before it goes out to the dealerships, you know. Once testing is confirmed and the part number, the software works and downloads correctly, I can send out my test results and my software results to um, the dealership. We put it in a big file and we send it to our database. It's called Tist2Web. We have it at General Motors, and from there they send out all the part numbers, the software data that's been tested by me and the validation team in the back, and then from there they send it out to the dealerships, and that's about it. And I'm still training for this position, which is taking a lot of my time, you know, juggling between work and school, which is fine with me. I like the challenge. Um, Working at General Motors has taught me a lot of things. You know, presentations like these. I've been starting to present and have meetings more with like managers and team leaders, which is helping me out a lot. And presentations like these can help people like me and you guys that want to work in the automotive industry one day. Um, so that's about it. Let me know what you guys think, and if you have any questions, let me know, please. Thank you.